Okay, I think we are live. Yes. So, very, very warm welcome to all of you in today's session. We are going to discuss a lot of things about YouTube today, how you can leverage YouTube as a platform. We will talk about the different campaign types available in YouTube and how you can leverage the campaign types to get the best outcome possible. Quickly introducing myself, my name is Aratrika, and I have been associated with the ad tech space for the last 8 years. I have with me today my colleague Vinay. Vinay, over to you for a quick introduction, and I will see you all in a bit.
Thank you, Aratrika. Hi, everyone. My name is Vinay Mishra, and Aratrika has rightly said I'll be taking you through YouTube. We'll be talking about YouTube, and just to give you a glance of my experience, I hold around 8.5 years of experience with Google in terms of optimizing, campaign management, and troubleshooting. All right, let's get started. So let's discuss what's on our agenda today. Firstly, we'll be discussing about how AI is leveraging with YouTube ads, how AI is going to assist you in the world where we are fastly moving towards, rapidly moving towards AI, and we're talking about machine learning. So we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about full funnel view of YouTube. How YouTube assists you in every stage of funnel. We'll be talking in brief about that. And I'll be introducing you to the video reach campaigns we are see, and we'll be also talking about the video reach campaign success stories. And later, Rathika will take you through video view campaigns, and uh, we'll be talking about video view campaign success stories again as well. So now let's get started, and let's talk about how YouTube going to help you with respect to your video. How it is going to help you generate more creators, the best options that you get in terms of your creative expertise, and how it is multiplied using Google AI. Basically, you've already seen a lot of power with YouTube, and with the creative efforts that you already put in to generate the best creative, how it is going to be multiplied by Google AI, and you can generate the best ROI for your clients. Now, having said that, today's it is important to understand how the consumers are behaving in the particular market, right? So, in that being said, as we know that today's consumer is seamlessly and simultaneously moving across different key behaviors. Now, think about your daily activities, right? You can talk about how we are particularly searching something online, right? You could be searching, you could be the users are finding content, or the users are finding brands, if the users are finding a particular product services while searching, while scrolling through their particular feed, while shopping, and while streaming or consuming a particular content, right? And with all of these four particular behaviors, video is in the heart of all these behaviors. It isn't right in center. So if you talk about searching, scrolling, shopping, streaming, video is part of everything. So, and since we are talking about video and the power of video, there is only one YouTube which gives you access to every moment, screen, and format. Now, think about your daily activity, right? You might be consuming content on a particular, if you're watching TV, if you're watching, let's say you're consuming content on a phone, laptop, or a computer. There's one particular platform which covers everything, which is YouTube, and which gives you access to every moment, as I mentioned, every screen that we have in market, and every format, be it a long format video or a short format video or a vertical or a horizontal video. We've got it covered, everything, right? And with that being said, we also with viewers love to engage, love to go deep on the content they love. Now, probably imagine a particular the users. What we've discovered is you just not. Let me take an example here in this case so that you can understand this better. Users, let's say user is particularly watching a show, right? They might be watching a show related to their favorite singer, and they just want to they just don't want to know what they when is their live concert. They just want to go with which is the particular latest song, what is the how users are behaving towards this particular song, and how did the stats go, everything related to that particular content. They love to go deep into the content that they love. And with that, we also have Google AI driving your growth and efficiency using all the uh, information that the basically the data that is being collected throughout how the users are spending their time. Google AI is driving growth and efficiency to put this data to better use and help the advertisers achieve their goals. Now on YouTube, you can on YouTube, Google AI, you can multiply your connections, you can multiply your creators, and you can multiply your confidence, right? So let's now talk about how we can multiply your connections in the first place. Now, Google AI, as I've mentioned earlier, uses dozens of signals in the with the historical data that we have, where the users have been daily consuming a lot of content on YouTube, right? So, dozens of signals determine the right formats, movements, and the people to reach your campaign goal. Now, imagine you have a specific set of goal in your for your campaign or for your business, and with the data with the current data that you already have with Google's data, Google can now decide which can predict the brand left, and at the same time which time of the day, if the user is watching a particular ad, how was the user engaged with the ads in the first place, the user's device, which particular device that the user is using, the creative quality, and so on, right? Based on your bid and everything. So Google will use the right signals, using the right formats that you already have in your campaign, and the right people to show your ads to, so that your goals are being met at the end of the day. Now that is all possible through Google AI. Now let's talk about how you can multiply your creative. Now, as we spoke about in the previous slides, we spoke about giving you access to every particular format, right? Now, as you can see here, it unlocks and improve performance across different types. Uh, if you're adding variety of videos and images, you're unlocking the full potential of AI. As I've mentioned, you're giving AI enough room for it to understand which particular format can be served across which two of which user at what time, right? If a user is watching, if users are more engaged towards vertical format and you only have horizontal format, in that case you're not really giving full potential to the AI here. In this case, we're missing out on that part. We don't want that as advertisers, right? So make sure that you unlock the full potential of AI by having all the variety of types of content that you can particularly want users to consume. Make sure that you're giving access to every format, and by having all the different types of formats, videos and images uploaded. And just a quick call out for a demand gen campaign, we have observed that the ABN testing, if you are using both the formats, which is square, horizontal, vertical, and images for also, here it was able to deliver 13% more conversions compared to the horizontal videos alone. So you can understand how critical it is in terms of getting more conversions, right? And at the same time, for video reach campaigns, we could see that uh, advertisers were able to get 100% more views on in terms of short, when they were again promoting with vertical videos in terms of shorts, and ad group, as I've mentioned, only with rather than focusing only with the horizontal videos. Let's now talk about how it is, multiplying your confidence. Now, measurements, so obviously it is important that we now that we spoke about your multiplying your connections, multiplying your creative, now let's talk about how it is exactly giving you that confidence in the first place. Now you can know how much incremental reach did you get using these particular formats. Now incremental reach is something you are reaching the specific type of audience who you might not, or else you might have missed due to your particular targeting. Now that you are using a combination of multiple formats, you are reaching the additional audience, and you're increasing the chances of getting more conversions, as I've mentioned earlier in the previous slides. And it is not just your incremental reach, it is also helping you to increase your brand lift, basically your ad recalls. How it is going also helping you to increase the brand lift for your brand, and helping you understand how users are searching for your product, particular brands, your product, your services, after they are seeing your ad, right? And not just that, it is also helping you to get you can also understand what was the impact of YouTube on your return on ad spends, your ROS, whatever you spent in terms of your growth across different campaigns. You can understand what YouTube has brought to your table in terms of the ROS. Now let's to to do all of this, you can put Google AI to work for you. You can, as I've mentioned, you can already have the insights of data that you already have, and let the Google AI do the best for you by ensuring that you're already uploading all the different types of formats which are and at the same time having the best suitable data that is you're already giving to the system. Now, speaking of that, let's now talk about the funnel of as we uh, in our agenda that we discussed, that we'll be talking about plan of for full funnel, right? Here you can see that at every stage of funnel, YouTube happens to be a co-partner in terms of delivering of every specific result. Now talk about reach. You have video reach campaigns which are going to help you gain that reach in the initial stage. Now when we are going down the funnel, we want users to consider our particular product, right? And consider brand. That's where the video view campaigns come into the picture, where it is driving users towards uh, the consideration goal. And then we have demand gen, where it is focusing on engaging engagement and at the same time driving conversions. And in the lower stage of the funnels, we have power pair, which is your performance max and plus search, which all of these campaigns are powered by Google AI. So as you can see, YouTube plays a pivotal role in terms of getting you a particular audience in terms of different stages of the funnel, which is if you're talking about reach, if you're talking about consideration, engaging more drive, or driving more conversions, you have demand gen, and you have specific power pay combination in terms of power performance max and search as well. Great. Now let's talk about video AI powered formats that we were speaking a lot about. Now, video reach campaigns. Now, let's get started with video reach campaigns and how it is going to help you drive awareness with Google AI format mixes that we have. Now, in the recent past, we have done a survey, and we got this results that viewers are more inclined towards choosing YouTube, having different platforms already available in the market. Now, we are first in terms of reaching with among different all we different partners, and we in terms of we also see that 65% of the target audience that you have reached on YouTube is to incremental towards the TV, which is the new platform that we are in unlocking already. And at the same time, viewers who are watching a particular content on YouTube, it has led that the audiences are scattered across different platforms that we have, and at the same time different formats that we have. And users also tend to engage more on YouTube when compared to the other platforms, is what we have understood, which gives you 65% more option, unlocking the new set of audiences when you're already promoting on YouTube. Now you can do that by tapping into reach optimized formats that we have with your video reach campaigns. Now you have in-stream ads, where it is in-stream format, which is serving on different platforms. Like you have bumper ads formats, which is giving you that non-skippable 6 seconds ads, and then you have skippable ads, which uh, helps you increase the reach, and then we have non-skippable ads, which in a particular message, let's say you want to give an entire message to the user, and you don't want them to skip, and ensure that they're watching the entire message for your business or your brand. If you're having something that you want to promote, and you want at least good 15 to 20 seconds that the users are watching, this could be a best bet. And then we have in feed, while the users are scrolling through YouTube, you can still show your ads there. Then we have YouTube shorts, which is a trending format, and specifically in YouTube, wherein the users, the younger audience, it is also attracting the most of the audience and having more higher watch time in terms of engagement, in terms of having more watch the entire watch time, in terms of the viewability is on the higher end in terms of short as well, which is engaging, which will help you target new audience and target the newer generation in the picture. Now let's understand that how VRC is designed to help you maximize your goals, right? Now, with when you're creating a video reach campaigns, you have three different options where you can focus on in terms of max. You can either focus on maximizing your reach, right, with the efficiency reach, where you're focusing on entirely on uh, increasing the set of reach that you have, showing your ads to more number of users, more unique users at the same time. But let's say you have a different set of goal where you want to drive reach, and at the same time wanted to ensure that the complete message is being viewed by the user, right? In that case, you can always have non-skippable ads, which will help you uh, give you your complete message. And then we have optimal reach and let's say unique reach at a specific frequency. You do want to have unique reach, and at the same time do not want to ensure that the user is watching your ads more than 2 to 3 times, or you want a particular user to watch your ad for more than 2 to 3 times. Then frequency can be a best part here, where you're setting a user to be seeing your ad for, let's say, 2 frequency or 3 frequency. Now let's dive deep into the efficient reach and see how it is going to help you in increase your reach to the multiple different unique uses, right? And as I've mentioned earlier, we have evolved VRC in terms of efficient reach beyond your in-stream video. In the in-feed video, you have shorts as well, that you can now maximize your reach potential. Because as I've mentioned earlier, the short is attracting new set of audience, and it is also, think of your own daily behaviors, right? We love to consume short content while in the leisure time, right? Which has also resulted in 54% more reach with format agnostic campaigns, which basically means having, if you're having three different formats filled at the same time, you're driving more 54% more reach with the format agnostic campaigns, and you, which is also helping you drive this reach at lower cost. We have seen that it is 42% lower cost. The advertisers have seen 42% lower cost on an average compared to in-stream, if they have an in-stream ad alone, uh, versus having three different formats ads. So it gives you more reach, and at the same time it is giving you more reach at lower cost. Now, uh, because we are talking about, if you have it is also seen that if you have two single format campaigns, let's say you have multiple campaigns created for different formats of ads, right, which can create and reach overlap in terms of your, if you, let's have a particular campaign for your bumper and you have a campaign for skippable ads, right? It can create an overlap, but you can reduce that overlap by having all the different formats in just one campaign, which is one mixed format campaign, where you're targeting all the your geography, and at the same time decreasing the chances of the reach overlap here. So all in all, the best way to, have multiple formats in your campaign. Now let's talk about non-skippable campaigns. Right. Now, with uh, non-skippable campaigns, you bring AI to the living room, right? As I've mentioned, non-skippable formats and bumper, when you're trying to promote non-skippable ads here, the ultimate goal is to ensure that the user is watching the entire content, right? So that is possible by AI powered of mix format mix that we have, which is non-skippable and bumpers. Here we are for you're primarily focused on reach, non-skippable reach at more efficient cost per impressions, and then we have delivery where you can deliver these ads at the very leisure. You can imagine a user sitting back on their sofa and they are ready to consume your content. They are sitting with a fresh mind. They're ready to consume your content. And simplicity where you have singular by flow for multi-format campaign implementation, which gives you the best possible way to showcase your ads or to ensure that the users are watching your complete message. Now, let's talk about target frequency here, right? Now, as I've mentioned earlier, target frequency mixes your campaign's reach, where you're focused towards optimizing, and at the same time frequency target. Now, if you have a higher frequency target, you are driving more reach, you're driving more awareness left in terms of your search brand left and your search left as well. It gives you when we are increasing the number of frequency, that basically means that the users are watching your ad number of times. With that, it gives you more chances that the users might go ahead and search for your particular brand, or they could consume a particular content related to your brand, right? So which could engage again, which could increase your brand left and your search left. And at the same time, if you're combining bumper ads and skippable in-stream ads in a single campaign, we have seen that it has also contributed to lower CPMs, 6% lower CPMs, and 11% more likely to achieve the frequency targets by rather than having particularly one format ad campaign. If you're So it's always advisable, as I mentioned earlier, to mix the formats in one campaign and to have low CPMs and at the same time higher reach. And years of measuring sequence, we what you've understood and is that brand lift has shown, as you can see in this chart, that brand lift has shown a clear in left increase in the left for the campaigns when the frequency was set to more than 2 to 4. So here, let's say you have a frequency campaign you've created, and uh, if you're having a weekly frequency for more than 2 to 4, which gives you uh, increases the chances of adding having an ad recall, as you can see in the picture, where the ad recall is increasing by 7.3%, and the awareness is reaching by 5.6%, and we have consideration as well, which is increasing by 2.8%. Then we also have your purchase intent of your audience. Basically, the intent of the audience towards purchasing your product is also increasing by 2.3%, right? So ad recall is giving you basically users are again rewatching your ad, at the same time revisiting the particular ad, and at the same time awareness. If we talk about the funnel stage, if you focus on that, where we are increasing the chances of awareness when we have weekly frequency by 2 by 4, either by when the campaigns have weekly frequency of 2 or 4, we are increasing the awareness. We have consideration that you're increasing by 2.8%. Then we have purchase intent also increasing, which is your awareness, consideration, and the lower stage of the funnel, which is purchase intent. As you can see, YouTube is in the heart of everything, where it is giving you driving the goals from ad recall to consideration stage. Now let's understand how to think about efficient reach and target frequency mix, right? In terms of that, let's say if your goal is, if you want to reach as many as people as you want, you want to reach efficiently as possible, then in this case the best possible way to go ahead and create a efficient reach campaign, right? When your goal is specifically to reach many people possible with the campaigns, and at the same time the best recommendation is to always ensure that you're using all the mixed formats, which is your bumper, your non-skippable, then you have your basically your in-stream uh, ads, your bumper, and then your non-skippable with shorts, of course, right? So make sure that you have the campaign will run for a week, so that the campaign can utilize, ensure that you have the right custom audience that you're building in, the keywords and or placements that let's say if you want to have more granular control in terms of adding more placements, you can do that. And towards your reach particular campaign, and in terms of you have a particular target audience that you want to target, that is possible which efficient reach. And on the other hand, you have target frequency, where you're talking about you want to reach a specific number of users at a specific number of times, and you want to focus on maximizing your awareness brand lift results, right? You can use the video ad sequencing, which is available in the target frequency. When you're creating a target frequency campaign, you can have this access of where you can set a frequency. As I've mentioned in the previous slides, it is always recommended to have a weekly frequency of two or four, which will help you. The more frequency that you have, it is going to increase the chances of your brand lift results, awareness, and the search lift again. So you can set the frequency while we are creating the campaign, and don't always have creative tell the story, right? So you can mix different set of creatives, and at the same time which can help you drive more growth towards your goals in terms of brand left here. Great. Now consider, you can let's now talk about the all the three different formats, and how uh, again a more holistic approach in terms of which type of campaign can be used and when, right? So consider the media metrics of the outcomes that you're looking to drive, right? At the same time, media centric, where the cost per unique user reached, where you're focusing on uh, the cost that you're spending on particular unique you reach that you're getting in terms of uh, the campaign outcome here. In this case, when you're talking about efficient reach, here is you have a incremental reach towards a TV, you have Google XMR, then you have in terms of you can talk in terms of ROI that you have spent. And the types of different unique reach is possible via your skippable ads, then your which is in stream, then you have 6 seconds bumper ads in stream again, then you have in feed while the users are scrolling, then we have shorts as well in terms of while you're talking about metric and campaign outcome and the product that you get with efficient reach. Now when we are talking about non-skippable ads in this case, however, the cost, we are now focused on the cost per completed view, the view basically the entire view that the user is watching, right? Which is your entire duration of non-skippable and the 6 seconds bumper ads, which is your Google brand lift study for ad recall and awareness. As we can have 6 seconds or 15 seconds of non-skippable ads, that is possible. Again, you maximize your drive reach of ensuring that the complete message is delivered to the user. That is possible via your non-skippable ads and 6 seconds bumper ads. And then we have something called average frequency per user. Remember, we spoke about the target frequency, which is where your campaign outcome is in line towards absolute lift, where you're focused on building your study, brand left study, or in terms of ad recall awareness. And you can do that, and that the product that is going to support you in this terms is going to be a target frequency. In the video, all these different subtypes as and falls under the video reach format, as I've mentioned earlier, video reach campaigns. And optimizing, so you can optimize the unique reach and at the same time set the frequency to maximize your brand lift, and that is possible when you add all the three formats of ads, which is your skippable, your 6 seconds bumper, then you have non-skippable, which is in the beta version now. With that being said, I would like to invite Atrika over to you. Uh, I guess the audience must have had good download towards the video reach, and I'm sure about the video view campaigns as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Vinay, for setting up the context, having an elaborate discussion on video reach campaigns. The next thing that we are going to talk about in today's session is the video view campaigns, which is something that is gaining a lot of attention these days, and more advertisers are using it to expand their reach and generate more and more brand awareness. Now, video view campaigns are catering to that segment of users for whom the priority is brand consideration. Now, if you take a moment and think about, if you really want people to consider your brand, what is it that you would want to focus on? You would want to tell your brand story, right? You would want to showcase the USPs of your brand, and you would want to grab their attention. Now, all these things that you would want to do if your priority is brand consideration, that can be achieved through video view campaigns. It can help you build the entire brand by moving the consumers down the funnel where they are more aligned towards making a final decision and a more ready for a final purchase. Now, we all know that the consumers have a lot of options these days. They are hooked to multiple platforms. Before making a decision, they want to, scroll and search multiple products, multiple options, and they want to go through multiple what do I say, inventories, whether it is YouTube or search or maybe any app. They want to go through multiple platforms before they make a decision finally, and hence it is very important for any marketer to make their brands available and generate that consideration so that people start moving towards the lower funnel. And hence it becomes very critical for us to provide them with something which is so robust that can create that impact in their overall purchase journey. Now, if we talk about YouTube, YouTube is the only inventory that includes multiple ad formats, and that is not available in any other inventory, if you think. So YouTube is the only place where we will have a short form of video, we will have podcasts, we will have long form of video, and then we have live, and we also have feeds. Now, if you think for a moment, all these things, all these formats are creating more and more engagement with the users, and that is what makes YouTube so special, and that is the USP of using YouTube as an inventory. Now, we all know YouTube also has a very large audience base. Now, because we have so many users who are using YouTube day in, day out basis, we also see that when use YouTube, there is a 57% more ad view time on this particular platform versus any other digital platform. And again, I would urge all of you to take 1 minute of your time and think that it is really true that how hooked we are to YouTube when we think about ourselves as user. If we put ourselves in a user's shoe, we can really understand that what is the impact YouTube is creating as an inventory. And this is a data that we have seen based on our analysis. This is a data that is based on real world advertisers where and users, where we have seen that whenever users are whether they are watching a long video or a podcast or in a short video, they are highly engaged, and there is a 57% more ad view time when compared to any other digital platform. Now, the video view campaigns, because we have multiple formats available on YouTube, the video view campaigns leverages all these three formats that we are going to talk about in the same cost per view. So traditionally, we were all more hooked towards the long in stream video ad formats, but now we can actually leverage the skippable ad format, the long in stream ad, the short in stream ad, the in feed ad, and the vertical video short ads. We can leverage all these kind of formats with the same cost per view. This means that this has now YouTube as an inventory through video view campaigns has become a more cost effective way, because we are able to leverage more formats that helps us build more engagement, but we are doing it at the same cost, making this process a more cost effective process. Now, in-feed video is a key part of the user journey. With in-feed videos, we now have that ability to engage with users and customers in different ways. Now, some more statistics that we wanted to share here is that over 50% of viewers find content they will watch from scrolling through the YouTube homepage feed. Now, over 50%, which is more than half of viewers, actually find content through their homepage feed. The next is over 45% of viewers find content that they will watch from the YouTube Watch Next feed. Now, again, this is another tool that is built and developed by AI, where very intelligently the AI is able to identify the most suitable videos for a user, and based on that, they can throw some suggestions. And over 45% of viewers are actually seeing those videos and are aligned with the suggestions that they are getting. And over 20% of signed in users conduct a YouTube search within a session. So they are actually searching on YouTube when a session is already running. And all these data points are actually telling us the engagement that we are having on the different feeds available to us in YouTube. And what is the biggest advantage when we are using the YouTube feeds, be it home feed, watch next feed, or search feed? The biggest advantage that we have is a very clear call to action. So even if you go back to your YouTube screen, whether it is the homepage feed or the watch next feed, you will see the shop now or buy now or that kind of an icon is very much visible, and you can clearly click on that to arrive at the right kind of landing page. Now, the very important part of YouTube that has gained a lot of momentum over the last few years is the short format video. Now, we have all seen, and especially in the Gen Z user segment, we have seen a lot more engagement when it comes to YouTube shorts. We have also observed that ad groups with vertical and horizontal video ads, they have got up to 100% more views. So, and that is a huge increment, and this they have been able to leverage with the help of both vertical and horizontal video ads in the same ad group. Now this makes again YouTube a very special inventory, because the views that we are getting from here is promotes a lot of engagement, and that will eventually increase your brand consideration a lot more. Now, how do we set up a video view campaign following the best practices? Now, when you are going to set up a video view campaign, the default setting will be to the default setting will always, it will the multi-format video ads will be enabled, and there is a reason why it is by default it is enabled. The reason is that you can leverage the power of all the formats available in video, whether it's short, in stream, or feed, through the help of this particular multi format video ads. But however, if any advertiser doesn't really want to opt for the multi format video, if they only want to stick to a particular format, you just need to uncheck the box. But it is highly recommended that to leverage the entire multi format video ads, you keep this box checked, so that you can get the maximum benefit out of this campaign. Now, the next best practice here is to add at least one video of each of this length. One is a horizontal video of 60 seconds to 3 minutes. Next is a horizontal video of 15 seconds, and a vertical video of 10 seconds to 60 seconds. Now, the best practice is to at least add one type of each video to again leverage the maximum potential. Now, one thing here is that 6 second is the minimum for a view campaign, but the recommendation here is that you have at least 12-second video, so that you can communicate the message correctly, and you have sufficient details added with the duration that you're showing of video that you're showing to the users. But one thing that we often get asked is that, hey, we do understand regarding this multi ad format, the power of artificial intelligence, everything, the feed, but will we have the control if we set up these campaigns? Well, I'm really happy to say, of course, yes, because the control will still be with you, whether it is selecting the format or any other thing. The decision maker will finally be you, because you have that control to opt in or opt out of certain formats, and based on that you can align the ad which is more suitable, or align the campaign which is more suitable for your objectives. Now, again, a list of campaign structure best practices. Here, the best practices are more in terms of before and after. We will also share that what you need to do when you're creating the campaign, and also when you're evaluating the campaign, what is that which is ideally recommended. Now, first, coming to the campaign structure, ideally, when you're creating the campaign, please at least wait for 3 days for the campaign to normalize, and to learn from, and let the machine learning algorithm learn from whatever is happening. Okay. Now, there is no strict rule that, okay, this is the minimum length that we have to wait. However, because the technology that we are using, the artificial intelligence and the machine learning algorithm, the way that these technologies operate is that they have to have a learning, and based on that learning, they can ensure the right kind of performance throughout. The more they learn, the better the performance, and hence it is ideally recommended that let the campaign run for at least 3 days to get a better understanding of the performance. Also, when you're creating the campaign, create a consolidated structure. Add all your assets in a single ad group, and then optimize it at the ad group level. So please avoid creating multiple campaigns, and rather consolidate the assets in a single ad group. Coming to the creatives, as I already mentioned, that please add videos of two horizontal videos and vertical videos of 60 seconds to 3 minute horizontal video, 50-second horizontal video, and 10 seconds to 60 seconds vertical video. This is to ensure that you are available across formats, and across you are able to leverage the audience segment, the entire engagement across the segments by being available in all the formats. Also, enable a call to action, so that users are not confused on the next step. They can clearly resonate, and they are very clear that what they should do next. When it comes to the bidding strategy, use the same bids as any previous TrueView in-stream campaign. And the bid, you can see a bid recommendation while you're creating the campaign as well. So when you're setting up the campaign, there is a recommended bid that will be shown to you. You can go ahead and opt in for that as well. Or if you want to use your past bid, you can do that as well. Coming to targeting, now when you're using contextual targeting, that will to some extent limit the serving because of obvious reasons. Because we are using contextual targeting, the targeting will to some extent be more narrowed down, but it does not serve on home feed. So that is an important point that we have to note here. Now, also, it is recommended that we use best practices for targeting the mid-funnel events, like the live events, in-market events, or infinite taxonomy audiences and custom audiences. So these are mostly to target the mid-funnel segment, and use content sustainability suitability center to select an account level inventory appropriate to brand suitability needs. So because this is an AI, it's an AI generated campaign, we often get questions around that, hey, will this take care of our brand's safety and suitability controls? But yes, definitely, if we are ensuring that, it will definitely take care of our brand safety and suitability controls. Now, just to give a quick example of what I meant by consolidation. Now, if you think about the traditional way of creating a campaign, and if we are talking about multi-format campaigns, what traditionally we would have done is that we would have created a campaign, two campaigns separately for each format. That's the traditional way of creating a campaign. But what we are currently suggesting is that let's create a campaign that is more consolidated in nature, and to have the formats included in the same campaign and segregate it by ad groups. Now, what we are also suggesting here is that if you are not really comfortable in going ahead and making the upgrade all at once, what you can do is create an experiment with that. So what you can do is, based on our recommended account structure, which is having the all the formats in one particular campaign and segregating it by ad group, create one experiment and let that experiment run, and the other campaign type, leave it as it is. So if you're comfortable, if you are using a multi-format, if you're creating two campaigns with two different formats, leave it as it is and let it run. And then after certain time, evaluate for yourself that which campaign is giving you the best result. Now, one thing that we have to be mindful about here is that apart from the structure, which is one structure is two campaigns, two formats, two ad groups, and another structure is one campaign, two ad groups with two different formats. Now, other settings have to be the same, whether it's the bidding strategy, the audience that you are targeting, the bids that you're the setting, the budget that you're having. Everything has to be the same apart from the structure. Only then you can do the right evaluation that which one is giving you the best result. Now, one case study that we have got here, which is from Believe, which is the music company. So what the challenge that Believe was facing is that, so it was looking for a cost effective way to extend the advertising reach in US and recruit a new qualified audience for the metal band Sabaton. Now, the approach that Believe took was that they tested out VRC 2.0 on YouTube to leverage the incremental reach across all the multiple ad formats, which is in stream and feed, bumper ads, and short ads. Now, with that, the result that they saw was a 2x increase in reach and a 2x lower CPV and more than 2x lower CPM. So that is how they leveraged the video reach campaign to gain more audience segments in a particular geography. And these are the results that they got. They got higher reach in a much lower cost per view and cost per impressions. So, with that, I think we have come to the end of today's session. I'll quickly take a pause to see if there are any questions. Mm, no, I don't see a question here. So one thing, you can save this particular link, and if anytime if you want to go through the session or you want to go through the slides, sorry, you can just go ahead and save this link, and clicking on this link you can watch this session uh, all over again.
Great. Thank you, Atrika.
Thank you. If there are no other questions, I think we are good. Thank you so much everyone for being a lovely audience, and we'll see you again.